Hey, I think we're live, right? We're live. Let me get my hat on. Let me get a hat on. Cool. Right, we good? We good? Yes, I think we're live. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. That's better, right? That's good. Right? Good, 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 good. So today's Facebook Live is going to be on putting and short game. So we can't do a ton of short game stuff in here, but we can do some fun putting, and I do have just a little bit of tips here for your short game at the end, but mostly putting. And so what I have right here is I have a ruler. This is my ruler drill, and I love the ruler drill. And the ruler drill is great because it forces you to really do well with matching up your putter face and your path together. That's what the ruler drill is for. And so if you don't do things correctly, the ruler is going to throw the ball offline and you will miss the putt. But if you do things correctly, meaning you match up your face and path together, it's going to give you a putt that goes in the hole. Now you don't do this drill over a big stretch of green because it's not supposed to be on a big stretch of green. It's supposed to be on something short. So this is like 3 feet right here, 3-4 feet, so not that far. And again, you want to just hit putts and kind of see what happens. So again, we'll just go ahead and do that. And so when I practice my putting, I have some keys that I look for, some fundamentals, if you will. And like my posture is really, really important to me in my putting, and how I get the putter going back and forth is also a key that I look for. And everyone's a little bit different in how they do that. And I'm also really big on how I grip the putter. So as you can see there, it's perfect, right? You saw the golf ball tumble off to the left. Now I know that when I putt, I have a tendency to close the putter face down a little bit. It's what happens when you use a plumber neck putter. That plumber neck wants to release the putter through the golf ball, causing the putter face to close, which in turn makes putts want to go left. Now this is great for people that have a tendency to leave the putter face open. So the plumber's neck gives you that offset, which helps correct that. There we go, in the hole, right? So that's a better one, right? You like seeing them go in the hole. There's another one in the hole. So there you go. That's the ruler drill. It's a great drill. Again, as you saw in the first one, you saw the ball tumble off to the left. Now again, some people pull putts with their pad. Some people pull putts with their putter face. I pull putts with my putter face. That's just how it's always been, and that's just a tendency of mine. A key to being a good putter is knowing what your tendencies are and making sure you account for them when you're reading greens. If you're someone that pulls pulls the ball with your putter face, meaning the putter face is closed at impact, you're going to have putts when they're right to left break a little bit more. And when you have putts that are left to right, break a little bit less. Does that make sense? Because the closed putter face is going to keep those left to right putts straighter longer, and it's going to cause those right to left putts to curl off faster. And again, that's just understanding what you do on the golf course. And so the ruler drill, again, it helps reinforce, or it helps identify what's going on in your stroke. So here's, I'm going to intentionally leave the putter face open, okay? So the putter face is open. You saw how it started and then wobbled off to the right, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to have a stroke that kind of comes into out. So from over here this way, I'm going to try and keep the putter face square to that path. And so you saw how it had a different kind of roll to it, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing
going left and left. So close putter face. There you go. And then we will pull one with path. Again, attempting to keep the putter face as square to path as possible. Now you'll notice that when your putter face was pretty square, the ball wanted to hold its line a little bit better than when the putter face was closed or open. When you have the open and closed face, you're going to want to put side spin on your putts. It's not going to give you a great roll. So you ultimately want to have as square a face as possible to give you the best roll as possible. Again, I like this drill a lot, and this is one of two main putting drills for me. I use this one, and then I also line golf balls up in a circle around the cup, and I putt in that circle. I always start close, like around 3 feet, and because I just want to see the golf ball going in the hole. Then I'll kind of back out to 4 feet. I like seeing the golf ball go into the hole. Then if I make a bunch of putts from 4 feet, bounce out to 5 feet. Make a bunch more putts, bounce out to 6 feet. Again, I like to reinforce seeing the golf ball go in the hole. That's what I like. However, you can't just practice putts close to the hole because that's not what you're always going to have. You need to be able to practice putt. You also have to practice putting from, say, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 feet. Because you got to realize from that 8 to 15 foot range, those are putts that you can expect to make every once in a while. Okay, if you give yourself 4 or 5 of those in a round, it's not out of the realm of possibility for you to make 2 or 3 of those, right? You can have a hot day, make a couple, right? So you want to make sure you're always practicing, a variety of length of putt, because, you want to make sure that you have that in your wheelhouse. And that's something that's a problem that I kind of ran into. For a long time, I was studying, hey, where are most putts made? Inside 8 feet is where most putts are made, right? So that's what I would practice. I'd practice inside 8 feet. And I got pretty good, really good, from inside 8 feet. However, once I got outside 8 feet, I had this massive drop-off in my stats. I was terrible. Horrendous from, say, 8 to 15 feet. I was terrible. And I go out there and play around the golf, and I'd hit, say 2 or 3 shots per 9 holes into that 8 to 15 foot range. And, I wasn't making any of those putts. And so for a couple months, I was missing all these putts, and I was getting really, really down on myself because I was missing all these putts. And I was thinking my putting was terrible. I kept on practicing my short putts. And that didn't help me, and I didn't get any better. And then it clicked on me, hey, Tyler, you need to practice putts from 8 to 15 feet. You need to sharpen up those reads, get more precise in those reads from 8 to 15 feet, because they're important too, and they take practice too. So this drill is great, and it's a really handy drill, but it's not the end-all be-all. You need to be able to practice those putts from farther distances. Just like that. And so, again, that's the ruler drill. It's a favorite drill of mine. I like it a lot. And like I said earlier, I hope you can hear me, but I would do the circle drill. I'd put balls in a circle, kind of like this. Around the cup. And like I said, I usually start around 3 feet and kind of work my way around the cup. And so I usually do 4 to 6 golf balls because the cups, can't take but more than, I think, 6 or 7 balls anyways. So I put 4 to 6 golf balls around the hole and putt, make them all. And kind of go around at 3 feet. And I usually try to make them all 3, 4, and 5 feet in. And so I'll go all the way around the cup, make them all, bounce out to 4 feet, go all around at 4 feet, bounce out to 5 feet, go all the way around at 5 feet, bounce out to 6 feet. And then I start giving myself a little bit of leeway there, but I try to make almost all the 6-footers, all the 7-footers, and all the 8-footers. And when I get to 10, 12 feet, I'm focused on, I'm still focused on making putts, but I'm also looking at how far the golf ball rolled past the hole, and did I read the putt right? Those are 2 things I'm really concerned about. Because, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, you got to be able to make sure you read putts correctly. So if you can't read putts, you're not going to be able to make putts consistently. And that's one of the things that really separates the better putters from the average putters, is being able to read putts and being able to make sure that you hit putts on the right line that you intend them to roll on. And that second part, hitting putts on the intended line, is where the roller drill comes into play. So it's great for working on your putts inside, like say 4 or 5 feet, but it's also really good at improving how consistent you are getting putts on the right line on your longer putts. So roller drill is great. Love the roller drill. Definitely recommend the roller drill for everybody. And again, the circle drill over here, again, another great drill. Focuses on, strictly just making putts, and seeing the ball go in the hole. Because you always want to see the ball go in the hole. And that's one of the strong suits of, say, a guy like Zach Johnson. He typically only practices putts that he knows he can make. So when he goes out there to the putting green, he's hitting putts. He's not hitting a lot of 40, 50 footers. It's just what he says. He's practicing a lot of putts inside 20 feet. Because those are putts that he can make. Those are putts that he needs to make to play well. So that's what he does. He practices those kind of putts. And if you take notice, Zach Johnson's a pretty good putter. He's one of, he's one of like 5 players with current PGA Tour cards. What's the stat? He's one of 5 players with current PGA Tour cards with at least 13 wins and 2 majors. So he is in the ranks of Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy. Actually, does Jordan Spieth have 13 wins? I don't know, but he's with Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Rory McIlroy. Those guys they have over 13 wins, and they all have at least 2 majors. So, he's got more major wins than a guy like Dustin Johnson, and Justin Thomas, and Sergio Garcia. That should tell you something. Guy's got more majors than Sergio Garcia, who has been one of the top golfers in the world for the last 20 years. That's how good Zach Johnson is. So he may know a thing or two on his putting. So again, he practices putts that he can make. That doesn't mean you don't practice your lag putting, because I'm sure Zach Johnson does practice his lag putting. I practice my lag putting too. I just practice these putts a lot more. And in my hierarchy of things of importance that go into my score, lag putting isn't at the top. So it doesn't get as much practice as some other parts of my game. But lag putting can have a greater impact on your score. So you should practice it if that's the case. And one of the things that we do here at Tyler Dice Golf is our consultations. And if you want to know more about those, you can talk to me about it. But we help you analyze your game and figure out where the areas of importance are for your scoring. Because everyone's different. Everyone's score can be attributed to certain things. So some people putt terrible. Some people can't get off the tee at all. And if you can't get off the tee, that's going to cost you big time. And you may think you get off the tee good, but if you're not off the tee far enough, or you're not off the tee on the right side of the fairway, then that can cause problems as well. So, golf is more than just hitting fairways, hitting greens, and lag putting. Honestly, I can't tell you a single guy on the PGA Tour that hits a lot of fairways, hits a lot of greens, is a really good lag putter that keeps his card every year. All those guys are explosive somewhere. Whether their short game's amazing, or their putting's amazing, or not only do they hit a lot of fairways, but they're incredibly accurate, and they're always in perfect position off the tee, and they have some distance. So, usually those guys out there, like 1 or 2 things they're just amazing at. That's not every golfer, obviously, but again, there's more to golf than just fairways, greens, and lag putting. Okay? So that's the two main drills that I use putting. Again, the ruler drill and then the circle drill. As you can see here, it's just a ruler. It's an aluminum ruler. Not a big deal. It's pretty thin. I got this at, I think it was Home Depot. And I took my grinding wheel and I rounded off the corners on all four sides. Okay, rounded off the corners on all four sides so that it didn't have any sharp edges, so it didn't scratch up any clubs. It came with a hole drilled in it, and again, I just put golf balls in there and pull out of it. I don't find it affects anything in terms of the roll or anything like that. But I did, what I did do is here it is. I have a putting arc, and I just traced the line of the putting arc onto this, and I drilled a little dimple up here in the ruler, right here, and then I took a 90-degree edge and drew a straight line here, and I will sometimes putt along with the arc on that ruler as well. So I kind of double duty mine up a little bit. So it's doctored a little bit. It's not something you can go out and buy. I made it myself. But yeah, those are my two favorite putting drills. Again, they work on making putts. They work on getting the ball on line. They work on making sure that my putter face matches up to my path and puts it on the intended line that I want it to go on. So nothing crazy, but again, I like to keep things as simple as possible. And to me, that's pretty darn simple. So next, let's talk about, what did I say? Chipping, right? Short game, chipping, short game. So let's light this up. Get my cup out of the way. We ready? I think we're ready. It says we're ready. All right, so chipping. I don't know. This doesn't do great on short chip shots. So bear with me a little bit. But chipping, right? Short game. How do you improve your short game? How do you have a great short game? What do you need to do? What are things you should look at, right? Key to having a great short game is making sure that your contact is consistent. Not only is your contact with the golf ball consistent, you want to make sure your contact with the turf is also consistent. And it's really important that you have wedges that match up with your swing. Again, I'm not saying go out and buy new wedges. However, if you want to maximize your ability around the greens, you should have wedges that complement your swing. So this is my 60-degree wedge, and it's a Vokey, and it's an M grind. If you don't know what the grinds are, that is a foreign concept to you. I wrote a little blog post, and it's not little, it's actually quite large, and it's on the Ultimate Guide to Wedge Grinds, and it's on my website. And if you type in Ultimate Guide to Wedge Guides by Tyler Dice, you'll find it. And it's there for your viewing, reading pleasure. I go into a lot of detail on all the wedge grinds that I can find a lot of details on, and explain them all and break them down to how certain things on said grinds, how that matters to you. So again, if you're concerned about that, I wrote a post about it. Now, again, you want the club to interact with the turf as consistently as possible. So you don't want to have one setup and one swing is, this stabby shot. And the next swing is this, again, same setup, little wristy pitch. And the next swing is this same setup, trying to help it up into the air, lofted little pitch thing. Okay? It's no good, right? That's not going to get you the results that you want around the greens. You want to have a go-to shot. You want to have a go-to shot that you can rely on because it's consistent and it works for you, and you know how it's going to react when it hits the green. So whatever that shot is a shot that you need to make sure you develop. And again, that could be anything. It could be the bump and run when you play off the back, your back heel, right? It could be, you know, a lofted little pitch. You got the ball forward, the face is open, and you're just hitting nice, soft little chip shots. But whatever it is, you got to make sure you're practicing some, so you know, again, you're good at it. It's a go-to shot. You need to be good at it, so you want to rely on it, right? So you want to make sure you develop a go-to shot. And that go-to shot is going to be the shot that you're going to play with the most around the greens. And again, as you get better, as you develop it, as you fine-tune some things, you'll start noticing your divots and your contact with the turf is always the same. It's just a light brushing of the turf depending on the shot that you are hitting. You don't want to have a little 15, 20-yard pitch shot that you're taking like a 4, 5, 6-inch divot with from around the greens. You want to pick that ball pretty clean. Okay, and that's where the grinds come into play. Go back, through, just clipping the ball off the turf. That's what we're looking for here. Okay, so develop that go-to chip shot. Again, it could be anything, bump and run, lofted pitch, whatever. Just want to get one, pick one that works best with your swing, with your game, work on it a little bit, and you don't have to work on it a crazy amount. You know, like 5 minutes before you go play. Literally, every time you go play, 5 minutes before, hit 10 of those chip shots. You'll start to develop it. You'll start to groove it. It'll start to become second nature to you. In no time at all, you'll have yourself a go-to chip shot. And then, once you develop that go-to chip shot, you'll figure out, hey man, like, you can start spinning off little variations of the chip shot. So if it's a bump and run, let me grab a pinch of my gap wedge here. So if it's a bump and run, you're like, all right, well, my bump and run normally runs out too far in this little shot. What can I do? Number one, if you're a bump and run shot, you're going to play it off your back right heel, right? So the inside of that right heel. Move it up 2 inches forward. Open the putter face up a couple degrees. So if I chip one, there you go. So if the first one is like that, nice little bump and run, we'll move it 2 inches forward, open the face, a little bit higher, a little bit softer. Again, it's still going to run, it's still going to bounce and run like it's supposed to. However, by moving the ball forward in your stance a couple inches, opening the face, it's going to carry a couple yards less, and it's going to roll out a couple yards less. Okay? And so by making these slight little variations in the shot, okay, well I need to roll a little bit less after that. Okay, we'll open the face a little bit more, aim a little bit more left, keep the ball position about 2 inches forward of that right heel, and again, you start seeing how the ball's climbing up in the air a little bit more. Oh, then you're like, okay, all right, well, I got that down, but I just need a little bit more loft than that. So I'm going to go to my 55-degree wedge, my sand wedge, and do everything like I just did with the gap wedge. Same setup, same putter club face. You see, you got a little bit more up into the air. And as you get a little bit more confident after that, you're like, all right, well, I need a little bit more loft. So I'm going to take my 60-degree, right? And again, same exact setup. Before you know it, golf ball's getting really nice and high in the air, nice and soft shots. And again, these are all just slight variations of the bump and run. Okay? And it's because you've built that foundation into your game. You can now take that skill and run with it. Golf doesn't have to be hard. It's about making sure your building blocks are solid, that the foundations are deep and wide. Okay? That's what you're going for here. That's what we do at Paradise Golf. We help build a strong foundation that you can build everything else on, moving forward. It's not about taking your game, from a 20 handicap to a 0 overnight. But it's about giving you the foundation that you can keep getting better and better and better once you have the proper training and technique down pat, which is what we give you. And then if you don't like me, you don't want to be here anymore, you can leave, and you can still take that information and run with it and keep getting better. So that's all I got. So again, hope you all enjoyed this Facebook Live. Again, I'm really liking putting them on. Sorry, the screen's still not up yet, but we will. We're working on it. Okay, we're working on it. We'll get it together, and it'll be really cool once we have a screen so you can start seeing shots and how they fly and everything and stuff like that. So again, we're working on it. We're trying to get it together, and we'll get it together as soon as we can. So that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the box below, or shoot me a Facebook message or an email. I was checking Facebook messages today, so if you sent me a message, I got back to you. I guess that's about it. So again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned a lot. And our goal is to help golfers get better as quickly and as easily as possible. That's our goal. That's what we do here. Okay. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. So we will see you tomorrow in the. Actually, tomorrow's might be in the morning. So hopefully we can get it done in the morning. That way we can change up some times a little bit and just kind of see how things go. So thanks for being here. We'll see you later.